Act 2 of 3 Dialogues by Barry Payn. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. 3 Dialogues by Barry Payn. Act 2. Marriage.
Anna. Read by Leanne Yao.
Edward Hearn. Read by Philip Gould.
And narrated by Devora Allen. The scene is a bleak hill surmounted by a ruined chapel outside a provincial town. It is a clear day in spring, the air still and the sun shining. One can see the housetops and the church spire in the valley below, and hear an inordinate sound of joyous bells. A man, Edward Hearn to be precise, with a dead-beat face, a worn blue serge suit, a briar pipe, which he is smoking too fast and biting too hard, an age of 25 years, and an artistic temperament, has climbed to the top of the hill in search of solitude. So also has a woman, Anna LaRose to be accurate, who has 20 years, was awake all last night and crying most of the time, and is beautiful on fire and darkness lines. As he turns the corner of the chapel he meets her, to the disgust of both. She really smiles, and he contorts his mouth with a similar purpose, but a different result. They shake hands.
What? You?
Yes, I suppose so.
Do you mean to tell me that Mrs. Jervis hasn't requested the pleasure of the assistance of Mr. Hearn at the marriage of her daughter, Alicia Theodora Eltham, and all the rest of it?
Oh, yes, I was asked.
But you surprise me. I've met you at their house so often, and it was always thought that you and Alicia were such good friends.
Very good friends.
Then why aren't you there?
In case you meet any of them, and hear my name mentioned, I am at the present moment in London, whither I have been summoned by Messrs. Agnew to settle about the sale of one of my pictures.
But you are not in London.
If we are going to be accurate, neither have I sold a picture, neither am I likely to sell a picture, neither have Messrs. Agnew ever heard of me, nor would it make the least difference to them if they had.
What an unnecessarily elaborate fib!
Yes, I know it's not good. Men get so little practice.
And the real reason why you are here, instead of being in your place in the church, is that the artistic temperament loathes the big social function.
The real reason why I am here is that I wanted to be alone.
Anna, not in the least angry, but recognizing that her self-respect requires that she shall not take this tamely.
I was just going on in any case. It was not necessary to be insufferable.
I beg your pardon. I hardly know what I'm saying this morning. Do please stop.
If I am to stop, it will perhaps occur to you that I also may wish to be alone.
All right. I'll go if you like. I hate the world this morning, and I think you know why. But I wish you would let me stay with you. Down in the street or in some infernal drawing-room I should be civil enough and say the usual things about croquet and so on. But here we are, a woman and a man out of the world, and you were one of her best friends, and—
As you wish. Stop if you will. I'm horribly tired. Can't you find somewhere where we can sit down?
Yes, you look tired. Will this do?
He indicates a low, flat tombstone. They sit down.
That will do beautifully. What a view one gets from here, and the air so soft and clear today.
Yes.
Oh, I know what you want to talk about, of course. But what is the use? The time's past. They're in the vestry by now, asking where they are to sign their names. If you loved Alicia, why didn't you tell her so? Why didn't you marry her?
Instead of leaving her to that brute.
He is not a brute.
Oh, no. Excellent young man. Will be a baronet one of these days. I did not tell her because I loved her. There was never the ghost of a chance for me. While I said nothing, I could still hang on and hang on. If I had spoken, that would have ended everything at once. I was happy enough. I never expected her to care about me. I was content as long as she did not care about some other man.
Even if she had cared about you, you could not have... Well, as we're speaking plainly, You know her people would never have permitted it.
If she had cared for me, they couldn't have stopped it. I've not been stopped by my circumstances. I have been stopped by myself. That would be humiliating if I ever had any pride. I was the hopeless detrimental. By all the rules of the game I ought to be handsome, and accomplished, and beloved, and my rival, as he is wealthy and a germ of a baronet, ought to be hideous, and old, and stupid, and she ought to be marrying him against her will at the instigation of an ambitious mother. The reverse is the case. Why, he's an abominably handsome man.
Do you think so?
Of course. Don't you?
He's not bad-looking.
Then he has all the accomplishments. The poor and lowly born ought, according to all the stories, to come out strongly here. What rubbish! Accomplishments mean education, and education means money. I can't shoot, or ride, or fence, and I have the cheek to call myself a man. There's not a single thing that I can think of that I can do except paint, and a good many people would tell you that I can't do that.
Do you really think him so very accomplished?
Haven't I just said so?
So you did. Go on.
And he's also a good fellow. I don't suppose he's much more of a saint than other men.
How dare you say that? It's the cowardly thing men always say when they meet a better man than themselves. One has only to look at him to...
Well?
Leave it. Go on.
I didn't mean to imply that he forged checks or picked pockets. I'm not interested enough in him to want to do him an injustice. That's honest. It's not affectation. My trouble is not that she has married him, but that she should have married anybody. A moment ago, when I was laboriously doing him justice, commending his points, you did not seem to believe me. But when I hint at the possibility of spots on the sun, you turn again and rend me. What can I say to please you?
Nothing. Nothing can please me. I know you have suffered, though you speak flippantly or even cynically, but I can hardly pity you. It is your own fault. You must have known that she would marry. You can't have supposed that your silly philandering could go on forever.
It was not silly, and it was not philandering, and I did not suppose it could go on forever. But though the child knows that its bun is finite, it is none the happier when it has finished it, and though I knew somewhere at the back of my head that she would marry, I shook thinking about it. One does not care to think of the fall of an angel.
Spare me the rhapsodies. You should have spoken to her.
We've been through all that. Do you, yourself, think she could ever have cared for me?
Oh, I don't know. She thought that you could paint. She told me so once.
Did she? What were her words? How did she say it? Oh, what does it matter? Even if I could paint, what would it matter? Women don't love men for that.
A long pause. Anna sits with her head resting on her hands, looking far into the blue. Edward paces to and fro miserably, but sits down again when she speaks.
Did you send anything?
A wedding present? Yes. Silver candlesticks.
You should have sent one of your pictures.
Too personal. And what did you give them?
Fish slice.
Why?
Is there anything more unromantic than a fish slice?
No.
Well, that's why.
Oh.
There is another long pause. The sound of cheering comes faintly up from the valley below. A look of irritation passes over his face as he hears it. White butterflies dance in the sun, and he watches them. Suddenly he speaks.
Lord, what a beautiful day for the sacrifice. Why are the wedding ceremonies performed in public?
Oh, I don't know.
It's appalling. Alicia and that brute beside her with everybody in the church staring. Alicia in the newspapers. Alicia all in white with her train of bridesmaids. Why, what am I saying? You were to have been the first bridesmaid yourself. Why...
No, that's wrong.
I'm sure I was told so.
People say anything.
But you're not there. Good heavens! Why didn't that strike me before? Not even there. I go on talking about myself and, well,
You don't think that a father, a mother, 2 sons and a daughter are about enough from one house, that the other daughter hadn't better stop at home or go for a walk?
no, Miss Larose, not in this case. You ought not to have absented yourself. You were her best friend almost, weren't you?
That's a strong phrase. I can't say. Talk about yourself again.
I'm an insufferable, unmanly, unattractive fool, and I've had the cheek to break my heart just as if I were somebody. There's the last word about me. Pass on. Alicia?
Oh, spare me. I know the colour of her eyes and hair, and how long she takes to do it as a general thing. Pass, Alicia.
Then we'll discuss the bridegroom route.
No.
Why not?
I said no. Leave it, please.
Then we return to you again. Why are you not at the wedding? Oh, happy thought! You are in the same position as I am. You are smitten with the charms of the noble and high-souled bridegroom. You are the maid that never told her love, but let the worm of something or other, never could remember quotations, play the deuce with her damask cheek. Your aching heart.
He stops suddenly, seeing the look on her face and realizing that unconsciously and unintentionally his stupid jibe has hit right home.
I beg your pardon. I'd no idea. I'm terribly sorry. How can I have made such a brutal blunder? Anna, for God's sake, don't cry. Forgive me.
Anna, rising to her feet.
I am not going to cry. I forgive you. You never meant to hurt me. I know that. After all, why shouldn't you know? I would sooner cut my tongue out than tell a woman. I would sooner hold my hand in the fire than let a woman know. But we are in the same condemnation, aren't we? And I feel, what you said just now, that we are out of the world up here on this hilltop, and can say things that we should never have dreamed of in the streets below. Why, it's almost like being dead. Afterwards, when we come down from here, never speak of it again to me. It was not his fault. Thank God he never knew. You won't be able to talk me over with Alicia, at least. Oh, how tired I am. How tired I am.
I wonder if there is anything that I could say. No.
Edward? I don't think I ever called you by that name before. Shall we be real friends?
Yes, dear. Always.
He takes her hand and kisses it.
It will be all over by now. Shall I take you home?
They go down the hill in silence and hand in hand. Sometimes they slip a little on the close-cropped turf, but they feel more than mortal all the same. They pause a moment at the foot of the hill.
I shall tell them that the walk has quite cured my headache. Don't come any further with me, please. Mamma is asking you for the 6th, dinner. I hope you will be able to come.
It will give me much pleasure.
Goodbye, Mr. Hearn.
Goodbye, Miss Larose.
End of Act 2.